Alright guys, how's it going? This is rexfurry here, and welcome back to another episode of my anime studio tutorial series for beginners. There we go. Excuse me guys, it's a bit warm in here. It's like 90 degrees outside and like 80 in here because the AC isn't on. I don't know why I haven't turned it on, but nonetheless, it's really warm. Excuse me if I seem tired today, that's why. So, today we're going to go and learn about some all-important vector animation, which is basically the predecessor to bone animation. And for those of you guys who watched some of the last episodes of this series, you'll know that bone animation is a bit complicated, to say the least, and it can't be used for a whole lot of stuff, I guess. I mean, it's not as flexible as what I'm going to show you guys today, which is indeed vector animation. So let's go ahead and just hit this right off by creating a circle. Alright, going to go ahead and hold shift to get a perfect circle there. Hotkey T to kind of move that around. There we go. Enter to kind of unselect those points. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is just double click on this layer here to rename it, and I'm going to go ahead and name it Test. Hit enter to confirm that. And unlike bone animation, vector animation can get you a lot more, what is the word? A lot more hands-on experience, I guess I should say, would be kind of a good way to describe that. And I'm using the scroll wheel to kind of zoom in and out just in case you guys are wondering about that. So pretty much what we're going to go and do is we're going to just go to the timeline and skip to frame 12. And on frame 12, we're going to go ahead and actually go to frame 1 really quick. Or frame 1, there we go. And click on your circle to create a keyframe, a beginning keyframe. And now we're going to go ahead and go to frame 12. And just click on any one of these points and just drag it out to about there. Okay, now if you go back to frame 1, you'll notice that you get this nice little smooth animation there, and that, my friends, is the basic mechanics of how to do vector animation. It's just basically moving points whilst creating keyframes for each one of those moving of the points there. And that is pretty much the basic idea, actually, of the whole vector animation thing. We're just moving points, and I mean, that's pretty much it. So, I don't think there's really too much else to show you guys. I guess that's pretty much all. Is there anything else for vector animation? I'm trying to think, because I don't really think there is. That's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, you can get pretty complex with this, you know, it just depends how many keyframes you set, and, you know, how you just manipulate these points. But for the most part, guys, that is vector animation. So, I mean, as you guys can see, a little bit easier than setting up all those different bones, and you definitely do get a lot more control. But basically, bones are there, in my opinion, for constraints, and more of that kind of realistic-wise. But if you want to go vector animation for, you know, a human or whatever, and still try to keep that realistic feel, go right ahead. Be my guest, and you know, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. And vector animation is definitely a very good system for a lot of more cartoony kind of stuff. So, with that note, I will go ahead and leave you guys with that. Go ahead and kind of play around with what is vector animation, and hopefully you guys enjoy the tutorial, or rather series, or episode on this series. It's pretty warm in here, as I mentioned earlier, so I'm a little bit on the tired side, kind of on the worn out side, I suppose. But nonetheless, feel free to comment or rate this video, as well as subscribe to my channel for upcoming updates and future videos like this one and such. And until next time, this has been rexfurry, guys, and I will see you all next video.